Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you for our time together. As a pastor, I spend a lot of time dealing with death, dealing with birth, sometimes on the same days. Sometimes as a pastor, my insides feel like they're on a roller coaster. I know the joy of a brand new baby that's a miracle baby, and I see the pain of death in a family on the same day. And I often like to tell people the story about what the death experiences is really like, because death is part of life. It's just the next step. This life we live on this earth is so short compared to the eternity that we have ahead of us. Please, it's not even to the point on the starting line, okay? I mean, this life is so short compared to eternity. But there is a place that is prepared for you in heaven. John chapter 14, Jesus said, "Let not your hearts be troubled." He'd just been talking to them about his death. He said, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also." Now, the whole thing there in context is dealing with death. Earlier in verse 13 or chapter 13, he said, "Lord," Jesus said, "where I'm going, you can't come." And they said, "But we want to come." And he said, "But you can't come now, but you'll follow later." He's teaching them one of the greatest principles of death that you can ever learn. All of our lives, we've heard that when we die, there's a white light, and we walk down a tunnel toward this white light. Forget it. I'm sorry. Lies of the devil. When you blink your eyes in death, and your spirit leaves your physical body, the first person you're going to look upon is Jesus. Jesus does not send an angel for you. Jesus does not send another saint for you. It's not Peter waiting at the pearly gates to decide whether we can come in or not. Jesus comes. He said, "I will come again and take you to myself, that where I am, you may also be." When you die, you blink your eyes, and as your spirit rises out of your body in that room, Jesus is standing there. And Jesus takes you by the hand, and he leads you through the heavenly realms into the gates of heaven. He takes you home to a place that's prepared for you. So my friends, don't ever fear death. Death is just a transition in life. And death is pretty cool. I mean, sometimes when you see the hospital room and you see the emergency carts and you see the tubes and the medicines, it looks like something out of a nightmare. And I tell every family, forget that scene in the natural. It's like the cross. It's a horrible thing. Understand the scene in the spiritual. As your dad, as your mom, as your son, as your daughter left their physical body, Jesus was standing there, takes you by the hand and said, "Come. I've got a place prepared for you in my Father's house. Let's go home."